When young Jennifer Capriati first stepped on the professional tour at age 13, she wasted no time in showing the world that a star had arrived.
And she's got it, Jennifer Capriati. Again, incredible, unbelievable. What a feat of endurance.
She accomplished so much through so many different ways in her career. She was the early childhood phenom.
It hasn't taken Jennifer long to make an endearing impression on the public. Her poise and confidence is something you don't quite expect from most 14-year-olds who are more interested in meeting boys at the mall rather than Martina Navratilova on center court.
I'm just not afraid to go out there or nervous. I just want to go out there and play.
I remember seeing her as a youngster come through the ranks there and you make a huge impact right away.
You think about her emerging when she turned pro before she was even 14 years old.
In her first season on the WTA, Jennifer reached the finals of 2 of her first 3 pro events.
You know, when she reached the final of that very first tournament, everyone knew she was here to stay.
She had a unique talent in her ball striking. She was hit the ball so cleanly. She could hurt you off the forehand and the backhand. She was very powerful.
Capriati's game obviously relied on power. That was the case from the beginning. Really a more complete player than I think a lot of people give her credit for being.
In 1992, she captured the Olympic gold medal at the Barcelona Games.
Down the line, did it catch the line? It did! Jennifer Capriati will be rolling for gold!
Defeating both second-seeded Arantxa Sanchez Vicario and top-seeded Stephanie Graf.
Jennifer meant a lot to American tennis. She won the gold in the Olympics, and she was a big part of American women tennis having so much success. And with that, you get a next generation of players looking up to you.
After taking a break in the mid to late 1990s, Jennifer came back in full force in 1999, recommitted to the game, stronger than ever, and driven by a competitive spirit that elevated her to be untouchable.
She had her trials and tribulations, but through it all, she persevered. Some of the best tennis of her career was when she'd matured and understood how to fulfill her potential.
Jennifer's comeback kicked into full gear when she overcame world number 1 Martina Hingis at the 2001 Australian Open.
And she's got it, Jennifer Capriati. The joy.
Just months later, she won the French Open.
There it is!
Beat Kim Clijsters from a set down, losing the first set 6-1 to win 12-10 in the third.
The tennis world was already giving Jennifer high marks for a stellar comeback when she earned the reputation as being one of the toughest competitors on tour at the 2002 Australian Open.
That epic match against Martina Hingis in the heat of the Australian Open final.
She was down 6-4, 4-love, with Hingis beating on the door of the championship.
Hingis had 2 match points and Capriati held serve to force the tiebreak.
But Jennifer saved 4 championship points to eventually prevail 4-6, 7-6, 6-2 to claim her 3rd Grand Slam title.
Capriati wins again. Incredible.
This wasn't a fluke when she won her majors. She backed it up. She won 3 majors. She became number 1.
Well, I just want to be the best I can be, which is, I hope, number 1.
I think she should be extremely satisfied with her career.
It's incredible. She won her first Grand Slam 10 years after she came out on the tour. Not many players can pull that off.
She worked really hard to overcome everything she went through and, just dedicated herself and was able to achieve her dreams and her goals. So that's a great example for a lot of youngsters.
She was an indefatigable competitor, and that's what I'll always think of most when I think of Jennifer Capriati.
She's obviously left a big mark in tennis. She's done so much. I think Jennifer is one of the greatest tennis players that the U.S. has ever produced.
Strong, talented, inspirational. The International Tennis Hall of Fame is proud to salute one of the most dynamic women in the game, 2012 Hall of Famer Jennifer Capriati.